This is the plaintiff, Douglas Brinson. He says he got into a fender bender, brought his car to the defendant, and the guy ruined his headlight. He's currently riding around with tape on his headlight to hold it in place because the defendant messed things up so badly. The defendant also trashed his factory bumper. He's very unsatisfied with the work and is suing here and now for the $550 he's owed. This is the defendant, Frank McGowan. He says he tried to help the plaintiff by making a quick and inexpensive repair because he claimed he had no money to pay for anything. In fact, he fixed the man's car for free because he was a fellow veteran. Now, 2 years later, he's complaining about a messed up headlight. Come on, man. He's accused of keeping a fellow in the dark.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
Welcome
Okay, Mr. Brinson, you are suing Mr. McGowan for $550 for a damaged headlight and a lost factory bumper that you say happened at his hands. Tell me what's going on.
Okay. Let me say first, Your Honor, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure just to watch you on TV. It's more a pleasure just to see you.
Thank you.
Okay.
You feel the same way, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now it's even again. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I knew Frank a long time ago, over 5 years, and he used to do side work for me on the side.
What kind of side work?
Mechanic work.
Right.
And Frank, after about the last of the 5 years, about maybe 2 years, Frank started getting kind of shysty with his work and moving away from people. Matter of fact, he fixed my headlight on my car, and the headlight turned white from him putting crazy glue on something, Elmo's glue or whatever glue he used.
What happened to your bumper and headlight that you needed him to fix it?
My bumper, well, I got into an accident previous, and it cracked the corner of my bumper. But it was just a crack. It was something that could be fixed.
So you hired him to fix it?
Yeah, I hired him to replace the bumper from the guy. I went and bought an off-the-market bumper.
Okay.
And so he replaced it. And I left him there about maybe 11 p.m. that night. And I called him within the hour to tell him, yo, Frank, save my factory bumper for me. And he told me, hey, Doug, that's gone already. And I'm saying within an hour, you gave away my bumper without calling me?
Okay.
And then the next day, I come to find out the headlight that he put in there, my same headlight that came in my truck, it turned white. And he refused to do anything.
When did all this happen?
It happened he did the work at night. It happened in 2009.
Okay, why did you wait 3 years?
Because he was running. He was running because he was doing so much stuff and taking people's money, and he got out of the neighborhood. And I just could.
How much did you pay him to do the repair?
I paid him $100.
And when you picked up the car, why didn't you complain then?
Because it was at night and I didn't see the white.
Why didn't you complain the next day?
I did try to talk to Frank numerous of times about, hey, Frank, the headlight turned white. Can we do something about it? He blew me off, and then he got out of the area for years.
And then what happened? How did you come to sue him now?
Because I was at a mechanic shop. I needed some more work done, so I went out of my area where I live at, and I went to the mechanic shop to get the work done, and I was browsing around, and I looked over, and I seen Frank. But he was running for a long time. And so I confronted him, and I asked him, I said...
It turns out he was just in the next town over?
Well, it's about almost a mile away.
Oh, a mile away! Your car must not work a lot.
No, you don't have to go in that area. Why should I go in that area?
I understand, but it's not exactly running. It's not like he's a fugitive.
Oh, no, he was running. He was ducking.
Okay.
He was ducking. He wouldn't get in touch with me.
All right, what's going on?
Your Honor, first of all, I fixed his headlight about 2-3 years ago. He had an accident. It wasn't crazy glue. It was glue that we used in the body shop, and I did him a favor in front of my house. It wasn't at no shop or anything.
Did he pay you $100?
No, I never got any money from him. Matter of fact, he still owes me for the brakes he paid me for. That he didn't pay me for. And it's his bumper that's on the vehicle. The vehicle's in the parking lot, and I'm sure
The vehicle's in the
serial
parking lot
numbers.
here?
I've
Yes.
seen the vehicle in the parking lot.
You brought the vehicle to the
Yeah, I
parking
had
lot?
to
The
because
serial
headlight-
numbers on the parts will match the VIN number to the vehicle,
head-
so I want to know how that's
The
how we
headlight,
can
I had
establish
to
that.
bring it because the camera would take a clear picture because you couldn't tell.
That's
by that.
awesome. Let's
Okay,
go look at it. But
Your
let me just
Honor?
ask you a question. Wait. Are you saying that you bought a bumper and gave it to him to put on?
Yes, off the market.
Do you
bumper.
have the receipt from that bumper?
No, I don't have the receipt for that.
And obviously, there's no paperwork between you two.
No.
And Your Honor, I've seen him numerous occasions since this has happened. He came to my shop to sell me tools. He came to me to get his brakes done after this
Did you
incident.
go to him to get your
And
brakes done after this?
No.
Yes, he did. He
No.
never paid me for them neither.
No.
And the discoloration of the lens is because he put tape on the lens, on the light. There's scotch tape on the light, and the heat of the bulb is what discolored the lens, not the crazy glue it wasn't even crazy. It was
Yes, it
body
was.
shop glue. Because the brackets were broke, the headlight fell out. So I put the glue for the brackets.
What
Nowhere
kind,
on
did you
the
use your
lens.
spit and chewing gum too? Like, why are you putting it
What's
together
on the
like
lens
that?
now is tape. The vehicle's outside.
Let's see it.
Your
Let's
Honor,
see it.
your
Wait.
The tape
I want
that's
to
on
see the
lens is
vehicle.
what discolored it.
I want to see the vehicle.
And I never put any tape on the lens.
Okay.
Just stay where you are.
Let's go. You got the key?
Yes.
Follow me, gentlemen.
Stay right there.
Plaintiff says the defendant screwed up his headlight repairing his car, but he waited 3 years to sue. Plus, if the plaintiff was so upset, why did he come back to get other repairs? Let's listen.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
It was already like that before I put the tape on.
Where'd you put the glue?
If you open the hood, I'll show you where the glue was. Open the hood. The brackets that hold the headlight in place were broken. He needed a new headlight. He didn't have money for a new headlight. So he had me repair that headlight.
Did he?
No, I did not.
That's his original headlight. He didn't have money for a new headlight.
Well, did
He
you
wanted
buy,
me to repair
just a second.
that headlight
Stop,
the best
stop
I could.
talking. Where is it that you glued it?
Behind the grill, and the tabs obviously are all the way down there, so I don't see how any glue got on this lens. They're held in all the way inside.
Why didn't you just use the hardware that you're supposed to use?
Because, Your Honor, he never supplied me any hardware, and
But-
he did it. I did it in front of my
I realize
house.
you're
If
an
he
alley
would've came-
mechanic, but
if he
can
would've
you
came
get
to
the
my
hardware?
shop? I work in a very reputable shop.
Oh, well, then why didn't you just
because
put,
he didn't have the money for that. And he
how
didn't-
much money could it cost to put the hardware?
He needed to buy a whole new light. It was broken. I told him
It was
that.
not
A
broke.
whole new light.
He needed a whole new headlight. The headlight was
My light. You want to see my light come on right now?
the tabs that
my
hold
light
the
come
headlight.
on right now with no
It
problem.
doesn't matter.
My light
What
is
holds
not
the
broke.
headlight in place is why you need a new headlight.
Gentlemen,
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
let's go back in.
Okay.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Is waiting 3 years in a situation like this too long?
Yes, it is.
Why?
Well, I think 3 years is a tough case to try to prove for something of a case of this magnitude. Glue, I mean, 3 years later, most glues would probably have lost their adhesiveness by then.
But what about the whole notion that it created a milky film? Wouldn't that have shown up 3 years ago? Is 3 years too long?
Well, definitely too long. I mean, anything could have happened. The guy could have messed with the lens on his own. Definitely too long.
That's a good point, and you're going to get the last word?
He probably spilled the milk there.
Oh, you spilled milk on. That's what happens going inside the courtroom.
Did you skip town?
Not at all, Your Honor. I lived in the same house I fixed his car for a year later. And I went to a different shop, which was half a mile away. And he's been there numerous occasions. He came to sell me tools. He came to get
you
his brakes
sell him
fixed.
tools?
Never sold a man a tool in my life.
He came with a whole car full of tools to sell me. He knew where to find me. I don't hide from nobody. I'm a veteran. There's no reason for me to hide.
Well, just because you're a veteran doesn't mean that you don't hide.
Yeah, I don't hide from anybody.
You're blowing that
He knew
up.
where to find me because he found me numerous times after that to get other work done. 3 years later, he came to tell me that the headlight is fogged and he wants a headlight. And I even told him, Doug, buy a headlight. I'll put it in for you free. He still didn't have the money to buy a headlight. And that's why we're here.
So, but why would he sue you?
I have no idea.
Did he get all excited when he saw you at the gas station? Did he look like he had been looking for you?
No, I've seen him a few times since then. He's been back and forth to the gas station
When
numerous
was the
times.
last time you saw him before that at the gas station? I mean, when was the last time you saw him before the time?
Last year, I did brakes for his vehicle.
How'd you find him at his shop?
I was at a mechanic shop doing some work on my front end, and I had to look for somebody who specialized in that type of work. So I had to go all the way like the end of Forest Avenue and that's where he works at. That's why it's a mile away from where he used to be at.
Did you change your number?
But he had to get out the area, Your Honor.
I had the same cell phone number for 10 years, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Did he change his number?
No.
He had to get out
How
there.
is it you can't find him if his cell phone number hasn't
same
changed?
number for 10 years, Your
He
Honor.
talked to me all the time, but he never would make up for what he did.
But he said he ran from you, and it was all a big surprise.
Right, he was running. He was on the other side because he was running from this other lady that he took $300 from.
No,
he was running from her
that's
too,
not true.
and she had pictures of him going up and down the neighborhood where he was working at, showing him, "Don't let Frank do this work." Here's his picture right there. He owes me money. He owes me money, and she ran him out of the neighborhood.
That has nothing
Really,
to do with this case.
she ran him out.
But Your Honor.
Yeah, but she ran him out the neighborhood. And I told him, Frankie, if you don't fix my headlight, I'm gonna go get that crazy woman for you. And sure
Exactly.
enough, and sure
Crazy
enough,
woman.
yeah, she's crazy. And sure
She's
enough,
crazy.
and
Thank
sure
you.
enough, she got
So-
here. She got a court case with him too.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
Okay.
She does. I got her paper in my car.
What happened to that case?
They go to
Your
court.
Honor,
They go to court when she called.
What happened to that case?
She brought her car to the shop, not to me. And then she came in the night and stole the car back and never paid my boss. And then she
That's
seen
his
me.
word.
And she in the restaurant eating with my wife, and she stole my wife's purse.
Because
and
you
ran
took her
down the
money.
street.
He took her money.
She stole the
He
purse?
took her
She
money.
stole my wife's purse. There's
He took her money.
an open warrant for her for stealing my
No, it's
wife's
not.
purse.
The lady
Yes, there
is
is.
from
Okay.
Africa,
We'll
and the
see a
lady
police
just didn't
report.
understand that she didn't
That
understand.
wasn't her purse?
No, well, no, she didn't understand. If you take something from me, I can take it back from you. But she
speaks perfect English. She's been here for 30 years.
But still, she said, you took mine, so I'm taking yours.
She stole the
That's
car
why
in the middle of the night
but
from the
Christian, that
shop.
was wrong.
Did your wife get her purse back?
Yes, I chased the lady down the block and got her back.
And he walked like this. He walks like this. But you don't believe that he can run that fast.
I ran that fast. I called her and got my wife's purse back. And the police are looking for her.
Doug, Frankie, he caught me. I didn't believe he could run that fast. You know,
I can run.
but still, the fact is, she ran him out of the neighborhood, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brinson, your case is just really, really thin. It's 3 years later. You have no paperwork. You have no proof you paid him for it. You have no proof of phone records to show that you're trying to track him down. He hasn't. You tell me that's because he left and town and he couldn't be found. He ends up a mile away. He ends up with the same cell phone number, and you're coming here 3 years later to complain about a job when clearly something else has happened to your light, or it fell out, and something, because you have tape all over it. Mr. Brinson, it's been a pleasure to meet you. I mean it. I could listen to you from now till the cows come home.
From day one, Your Honor.
You are fascinating, but you have no proof.
Your Honor, from day one, he ducked me. He would not do it. You didn't see this guy run. They heard that girl say she can run. He could run. And he was running away from me. Every time I called him, he would never respond. He would never say, Doug. He would never say, Doug, okay, man, come over, man. I know I put the glue on the light. Let me straighten up the light for you. If he would straighten up the light for me, Your Honor, I wouldn't be here for the bumper. I would have let it ride. But he didn't do one thing, which made me go into another thing. He did me wrong.
I got you, Mr. Brinson. I got you. You feel he did you wrong. I know that. If there's anything I know right now, is that you feel he did you wrong.
100%, Your Honor.
But your feeling that he did you wrong is not as good as proof. Okay? And when you wait 3 years, you've basically lost your proof. You have nothing. You have 3 years of passage where a million things could happen.
No,
we're done. Mr. Brinson, we're done. My verdict is for the defendant. Good luck.
All right, guys.
Well, the plaintiff, Mr. Brinson, comes out here. Come on over here. The story was good, but the proof was lacking there. So the judge can only rule one way.
All right. Just never let a mechanic do work for you or work with crazy glue. That's all.
All right. Well, listen, you guys are old-time friends from the neighborhood. What's the state of your friendship now?
Because he messed my light up, and he won't fess up to it.
Why did it take 3 years, though?
Because he can run.
Oh, all right, okay.
He knows how to run.
Okay, all right. If you just head right down this way, let's see what he has to say about this. All right, so come on in here, step up a little bit. What's your reaction to this?
My reaction is the judge was perfectly right. I told him in the beginning he needed a new headlight. He didn't want to purchase a new headlight.
Yeah, we've heard all that.
I repaired the headlight, and that's the best I can do. I told him, even he's a friend of mine. I told him, you want to buy a headlight, I'll put it in for you.
I know. Still a friend of yours? Do you still consider him a friend of yours?
Not at this moment, no, sorry.
No. Is it true that you can run as fast as he says you can?
I can run fast, but I've been in the same place for 10 years, the same shop. I have the same cell phone number for 12 years. He found me when he wanted other work done, but no, he says he can't find me when he wanted something fixed that he didn't want to fix properly in the first place.
Okay, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, if somebody damages your property, the very first thing you should do is send an email and just make the statement, acknowledge it, lodge a complaint. That way, you preserve your rights and you make it very clear at that moment you notice the damage. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.